little crankbait. Ooh, big one. Sorry, Joe, I had to. I saw a hard spot out there. This old tank. A square bull. 6-pounder probably. Look at the tail sticking out of his throat again. Oh yeah, that's a 6-pounder. Look at the way that thing is built. Square bull down the hatch. So what we saw there, I'm using the Garmin LiveScope, and I actually got a little contour line there that runs from that island to that point, and it almost looks like an old roadbed. And what I saw was just a hard patch of rock. So I picked up the Berkeley square bull. It's only about 5 foot deep up there on top, which is a perfect depth for this. Made a long cast, 10-pound, 100% fluorocarbon trilene, and that yielded about a 6-pounder. So we're actually in Florida, but we've had a massive cold front come through last night. It was only 28 degrees this morning, 29 degrees, and we had one bite flipping some mats, which, you know, you come to Florida, that's kind of a typical deal when you get to Florida and it gets really cold. You know, a lot of fish tuck up under those mats, but this watercolor, to me, is not really conducive for mat fishing. It's actually pretty dirty. So we got out here off the bank a little bit. What I think it is, I think it's an old roadbed that comes off that island and it runs to here. I've got some contour lines on my Garmin. So all I did is I panned over there, and there's one really hard patch. And I saw, you know, 5 or 6 dots on the LiveScope sitting there. So square bull, my favorite's square bill. It's got a little bit tighter action than a lot of your square bills, which is perfect for this colder water. Even though, like I say, we're in Florida, the air temperature is probably only in the 40s and the water temp's 53 degrees. So when you're in the wintertime, you know, a square bill, when you've got a shallow, hard patch of cover on a lake that's obviously, you can see, got a ton of bank grass, bushes and stuff like that, finding those little bit offshore fish, maybe untouched fish, is a great way to load the boat. I think that's 4 casts in a row that we've had bites here. So, did you see that bite in my rod? Oh my God. War pig bite. Oh, he's got it gobbled. This is dumb. Did you get that? That was incredible the way he bit that. That thing knocked 1.5 foot of slack in my line. He's got my war pig sideways. Come here, buddy. That's the way you want him to get it. All right, guys, so we had a couple bites on the crankbait and they actually missed it. So we switched up to a black and gold 3/4 ounce war pig. Classic, you know, Florida color. Classic wintertime bait. You know, like I said, the water temperature is cold here. It's probably a 4-pounder. And we just made that little switch there just to see if we couldn't get them to fire on something else. Caught a couple on a football jig, a couple on a crankbait. So, you know, even though I know there's a bunch of fish up there, I can see them on the LiveScope. You know, you got to show them different baits, keep rotating through. The boat's actually sitting here in 16 to 18 feet of water, but I'm only throwing to 3 to 5. Like I said, I think it's an old roadbed, and I think there's a bunch of broken up concrete up there. So those fish that are sitting up there on the high spot, you can see them chasing bait out here deeper, but those fish are really hard to catch if they're not sitting there where they can ambush something. So this is another great wintertime bait. I'm actually just yo-yoing it. So for me, I'm making a long cast. I'm using a 6.4 to 1 ALF Revo. I'm cranking it about 4 or 5 times and I'm killing it. And that one, when I killed it, he bit it on the falls like a jig bite. He knocked about 1.5 foot of slack in the line. Throwing 17-pound, 100% fluorocarbon, a 7.4 medium heavy PLX. This is a perfect rod for a chatterbait style or this rattle trap style bait, you know, such as the 3/4 ounce war pig. So I'm trying to feel that bait. Like when I'm winding it up, you know, I'm feeling it rattle. When it's sinking, I can feel it still wiggling because it's a big bait. It's a 3/4 ounce. And anytime I hit a little hard spot, you know, I'll burn it really quick. just kill it and let it do its thing. Got another one. I don't think he's that big. Oh God, yeah, he is. It's a giant. I mean, an absolute giant. That's the coolest bite, when they thump that thing. This thing's gonna lose his mind when he sees the boat. Oh, it's another good one. I thought it was way bigger when it jumped out there. Yep, I knew it. So you gotta have that soft rod. That thing is gone. That's just another 4 something, maybe 4.5. Got it absolutely swallowed. Jeez, that rattle trap is gone. Old black and gold war pig. See, these fish are white for Florida. They're fresh. Yeah, I don't think anybody's caught these in a long, long time. I don't think anybody knew they were here, to be honest. They're out here, just like I said, on that hard spot. You get a bait right by that hard spot and it's like every cast. All right, guys, that fish had my war pig absolutely choked, so we're gonna get back in there. No harm, no foul, not bleeding or anything. It's a beautiful Florida bass.